So I was like, I'm just going to create a doc, send it to in Discord. I was gonna say something, but I was like, yeah, fuck it, just send it. I worked on it Sunday morning, all morning, so I was like, I'm just gonna send it out.
I'm gonna be off comms
Home.
for
And it's
2 months.
Tab right to go to settings.
As you say, Russell, I sent you a message. Like
Settings. Video. Windowed mode.
I probably
Window.
did.
Cycle with left or right.
It's nothing urgent.
Video. Window.
I should hope not.
Windowed mode. Windowed.
S2 related?
Cycle with left or right.
No, it was just general
Set
questions.
whether game runs in full screen or video.
Oh, did you actually?
Windowed.
I am sorry.
Windowed mode.
It's not
Windowed.
welcome to Bravo team.
Cycle with left or right. Video. Windowed.
No, it was.
Do you remember
just,
the
I think it was
Windowed
just
mode.
general
Windowed.
questions.
Cycle with left or right.
I'll find it for you.
Set whether game runs in full screen or with
Is
video.
it a problem
Window.
if I fixed up my map? I don't know if you
Window mode.
noticed. I cleaned it
Window.
up. I was like, okay, I got it now.
Cycle
I
with
figured
left
out
or
how to
right.
use the tools correctly.
Set whether game runs in full
Oh
screen
yeah,
or window.
and I do like how you've actually photoshopped that and made it into something.
Monitor windowed
Yeah,
mode.
very
Windowed.
very
Cycle
intuitive
with
indeed.
left or right.
No, I think that actually makes
Resolution
more sense. It
refresh
is a lot
monitor.
more clean.
Enable reduced latency. Enable realism mode.
No, I think my
Video.
CCPs are probably. I don't know what you think if they're in the right place. I saw what
Monitor.
McFalls
Window
did
mode.
today. I don't know if there should be more involved in the DAO or.
Tab right to go
Generally,
to
as a squad
settings.
leader, if I'm looking at a operation order, the more information I have on the map, the better. I'm usually looking at the map anyway, and if it tells me, you know, what my lane is and
Home.
all of that, I'm still going to read
Tab
the
right to
execution
go
and
to
all of that.
settings.
But you know, knowing roughly what I'm doing on there is pretty good. I think that ORP2 is a little bit confusing because it means objective rally point. It's like a final coordinating position before you go into the objective and hit your attack positions and that.
What would you put in instead? RP? No, R.
Well, unit doctrine is to call it a rally point or RP. An RP is also a
Relay.
release point, which is
Release
a convoy operation. So it's a little bit ambiguous. You could just write RLY, but generally we don't do that. So yeah, you just call it an RP rather than no RP.
Okay, yeah, so ORPs are before you start a mission, an objective, right? So my ORP1 is perfectly set. It's right before the AO. Get the guys in the 360 security, and
There are a lot of tactical control measures. They all have different names and different uses. You know, RP, ORP, attack position or assault position is usually the general ones that we use. And phase lines, of course. So yeah, you could use anything for it really. You could just even call them rally points and just say on rally point 1, 2, 3, what have you, we're doing X, Y, Z.
okay, and the AP I have, which was supposed to be my assembly point after. Now I was struggling with the fact that my guys, do I have to get them back to Duras? So I was trying to find a route. Obviously, the map is a little cut off at the. So I don't have a good route back from there, but I do think you mentioned it in the situation scenario.
Generally, you get those instructions in the planning meeting as to where the task force commander wants you to go. If it's in the field, then it's basically, you know, once we reach this final coordinating line or ORP2, then it's like, you know, platoon hold in a what, you know, hasty 180 facing this direction, stand by for further orders, or do we keep moving or whatever. So in many ways that's up to the platoon leader. What information do you have at the time? Do you know what you're doing there at that point, or are instructions unclear, at which point you use your discretion?
Okay. So there's definitely
Which is important for being a team leader as well. I'll probably tell you if I do a certain position.
Agent, we've just
You'll not
received a
know what
distress
the
call
next
from New York.
thing is going
There's
to
been
be.
an
If
attack
it's
on the
another
division,
unit
and they've
taking
requested
fire,
immediate
take
support.
That personally, and then you
Meet me on the White House
make a
South Lawn.
discretionary
There's a helicopter
move.
prepped for us.
Progression.
We
Yeah,
need to leave
and let me
now.
ask you about ORP3. My intention there was that's the rally
It's a third
point.
ORP, I can see.
Yeah, it's on top. It's where the 1-4 and
Inventory.
1-3 are. So
Social,
ORP3 was
Social.
definitely to clearly identify that 3 and 1-4
You mean
were.
AP?
No, no.
Oh, ORP3, I see it now.
Yeah, it's a red box, and it was also my contingency plan. If things went to shit, we were gonna come back towards 1-4, set up a line and go
Inventory.
and push back through the city. Now, what I have done, obviously, my scenario involved being ambushed at around ORP2, being seen. So I would have definitely, set up an ambush, then brought down 1-3 and 1-4 from a flanking movement. Envelop. Is that what it is?
Well, envelopment is
Yeah,
well,
behind
what's an
them.
envelope?
Being
Yeah.
surrounded.
Get behind them. So yeah, so we have 1-3, 1-2, 1-1, fall back to their original spot into the ravine like we had discussed. Set up a kill zone, but also have 1-3, 1-4 move in through the city down the dirt, the ASR into the city behind them before they get to the kill zone. Now, then I was struggling. Okay, timing. How long is it going to take to get down that hill? Stuff like that. So, anyways, that's all. I think I'm overthinking it right now, but
Yep, some people would say you're overthinking. I overthink these things as well, and I personally don't have a problem with it. So I think if we overthink plans a little bit, we'll be a little bit more coordinated, and we'll know exactly what we're doing. But that's all the point of planning. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So
yeah,
that's how I see it. There's no right or wrong with any of it either. It's just like, if this contingency happens, this is going to happen. One thing we have to be aware of is, can a squad leader track all those details while in the
Inventory.
heat of combat, managing his teams
Social.
and all that. So it's more so like you're putting down all of your notes for everybody in the platoon to see, so they know how the platoon leader is thinking. And so as a result, they're like trusting that, I'll get a piece of information
Inventory.
from the platoon when the
Clan.
time comes. This is
Social.
roughly what
Clan.
my officer is thinking, or what my leader is thinking at the time. I can trust that guy. So
yeah. And I think you'll see in my upward that I'm a lot more simple and straight to the point, rather than on my map. I'm a little bit more, I guess, busier. I definitely should reverse that around a bit, but
this is good if your orders are clear, simple, and straightforward. Everybody knows what's happening, and you don't have to scroll down so far.
yeah. Look, you're gonna tell me. I'm assuming you'll get back with some feedback. I'm sure there will be some. I tried to keep it as simple and straight to the point as possible when it came to the wording of the op board, so everyone could understand it easily.
But you're definitely very optimistic with your timing. 8 o'clock, step off, and then by 9 o'clock.
You know what? I sat there for about 45 minutes looking at that timing.
Inventory.
I'm like,
Plan.
I
Inventory.
don't even like. I at first I was like, you know
Appearance.
what? Maybe I shouldn't include it, but I think it would be important. I was like, oh, at the end of the day, all plans go to shit anyway. So just include something, have people have an idea of what is intended, and go from there.
All part of your Met TC. I didn't think we were going to have any contact today, but I was very wrong about that. So I guess that's what went wrong there. And I didn't expect any mortars to be established literally overnight. Like, honestly, that was a little bit much, I think. But, so I had a pretty modest timetable, and we still got done early, even though we had contact and everything went the opposite direction that we wanted it to. So that was something. But, it still took us about 2 hours to get everything done. About, half an hour to withdraw?
Yeah, I should have probably put it at about 2 hours. Yeah, definitely. It is tight.
Your timetable is important because people do lose the concept of time when they're in combat. And I think a lot of the time our platoon operations take too long because we're not remembering that there actually is a timetable. The commander wants to get to this particular point at this particular hour at that minute so that he can then coordinate with other elements that aren't in the same AO. It's like the First World War, these things were timed pretty much to the minute. At this hour, you're going to have a creeping barrage. By this time, you have to reach this, the first trench. And And so, you know, your timetable is actually an important thing. Not something we practice a whole lot, but I found, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I found that by giving a timetable today, people were a bit more switched on, in terms of
Yeah,
making
and
movements
I
quicker.
did think to myself a couple of times, like, fuck, are we going to be able to hit the timing? Are we going to complete the mission? But we ended up doing it. You know, at first, it was just a question. But yeah, you're right. I did think about it quite a bit today.
So it's something that I included a little bit more, but yeah, it's just all part of your MET TC. Mission, enemy, terrain, troops, time, civilian.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of a little thing I'd written up
Yeah.
for today, and I thought that was pretty comprehensive. But an operational is a bit different. That's where you include the broad ranging thing, and you generate a MET TC from that. Generally, but no, this is good. I like it. If you were to step up to 1-7 today, you would be very well prepared to step up and do that. So that's very pleasing.
Great to hear. Cool. Do expect feedback. I'm sure there's some things that could be obviously be improved, but I enjoyed doing it. That's for sure. I spent my whole morning watching movies with the wife and preparing this.
Oh,
yeah.
That's how you multitask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spend time with the old lady and do research.
Yeah. I've always liked tactics, stuff like that. It's just clearly saying the tactic correctly and making sure everyone understands it. That's something that's new to me.
Right.
But something I enjoy.
I will send that to Platoon HQ and see if they have any improves for you.
Inventory.
Great.
Clan.
Did everyone else send theirs in?
Jonas did. I'm
Wood, are you
gotta
on?
work out how to actually open this thing.
Yeah.
What-
I'm here.
I was just wondering if you were on Division 2.
Oh, how come there's 3 people on this document now? Oh, you sent it in or what?
Nah, I'm just sitting here. I should probably go to bed soon.
Discord says you're still on Division
Yeah.
2.
Cool. Yeah, I gotta get to bed here.
I think you left it running in the background or something.
Unfortunately, got work tomorrow. I got a long weekend.
No worries. Well, yeah, let me know how we go with whether we want to do an unscheduled tomorrow. We can, but I can put a notice out and see who.
Yeah, I'll be available. I'll make sure my schedule's works around it. You know, with me, that's the most important thing. As long as I know ahead, I could get 24 hours ahead. I could fix my schedule up. Run my own
What about
companies.
you, Wood? Do you think we'll get a few people for that?
Yeah, I'm a maybe because I'm on dad duty tomorrow. My wife's supposed to go pick up a new vehicle. But yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. I think I might be able to make it, but I'll let you know how that all goes. It's all about the little people and if they go to bed easily or not.
I
Do
see.
they ever?
Well, there's always chloroform or you know.
some NyQuil in their nighttime milk.
Robitussin, that's what my mom used.
What's that?
It's like
What the-
Robitussin is isn't it like a comedy thing? Like some comedian said that. It was like if you're hurt, just rub Robitussin on it.
Yeah, I don't remember who that is.
Well, there's a sitcom that jokes about it. That what is it? Where the father of the family knows how to take care of the kids, and the parents that couldn't figure out why, but the guy was giving the kids NyQuil to go to bed right away.
Oh man, that'll do it. But if they do make it past that drowsy point, it's almost like cocaine, man.
Oh my god, I wouldn't want to be around that. Oh god. But yeah, that was hilarious. I'm like, fuck, that's genius.
It's all a matter of dosing, properly dosing.
Yeah, but that's definitely like an old school tactic with the boomer parents. They probably did a lot of that.
Yeah.
Good 7 kids, fucking give them all NyQuil.
I don't know if my parents were boomers or not. I think they were prior to boomers. I don't know. They were born in the 40s, so.
Please approach the safe area.
Born in the 40s. Yeah, they're boomers, dude. I'm pretty sure.
My brother was right at the end of boomer. He was in 68, so that's
Yeah, my parents too. So I'm 36. My parents are 50.
so I'm older than your parents.
Yeah, 50. They're 54.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Yeah, it's so I don't know. You're not a boomer?
No, I am a very beginning of Gen X. Gen X started in 70. And I was 72.
I'm a goddamn millennial. Let's say it is what it is. All right, guys. Pleasure. It was a great op tonight. I learned a
Enjoyed
lot.
it.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
You did
Have
good.
a great night. Good job, guys.
Good job.
User disconnected from your channel.
For the middle of a
You're
crisis.
always harder on yourself than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, he did well. Brown was on him and well, all of them were really, because everyone there was more experienced than him, other than Swenson, and it was the other two there, Rengel and they were just. I wouldn't say they were spot correcting him. They were just giving him good, solid guidance. This is what you should be saying. This is when you should be saying it. Just, I thought they were doing a really good job of teaching.
Yeah, that would have been well, I don't know. I had Waylon telling me how to lead how to lead the squad. He was like, get accountability. Which
Who
like,
was it that died?
I
It was
know that.
Jordan, wasn't it?
No, it was I always butcher his name, and McAnlin.
McAnlin.
And McAnlin, and he said that they carried him away from the mass Kaz, and so then when he came to, he didn't know, like he was just below us, like down the hill. But that's what he said. He goes, they carried me away because of the mortars, and then they then gave me aid. He goes, and then, and then basically he's like, I came to, and you guys were just above me. I could hear like comms, and then he goes, I passed out, and that's when like he was left alone, technically. And so he's like, I wasn't really alone, like it wasn't unaccounted for. He's like, I was moved away from the mortars, and he's like, they were the ones that moved me there.
Huh.
Oh, so they sabotaged him, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they totally left him behind. It's like, well,
He picked him up and dragged him to where he was left behind. And then wouldn't they be the ones who left him behind?
well, yep. If you adopt a child,
Right, you raised that child.
oh well, that's unfortunate. I'm sad that he had a poor experience with that one tonight. Yeah, Mike was saying, he's getting much better at giving orders for mass casualties and those sorts of things. So I guess that was one casualty that was not consolidated in the right place. So.
Which was no one on 1-1's fault, I don't think. I mean, I picked up someone and took them with Mike. All of Alpha picked up all of Bravo. It was all of Alpha and Mike that picked up all of Bravo and moved them, because all of Bravo was down. And moved them to the mass cas spot. And then helped with the triaging and CPR and bandaging until Mike had it under control.
Oh well, that's unfortunate. But at least we know what happened.
Yeah.
You know, you could have rebutted that in the task force. But you only think about it now.
No, he told me after we were in the debrief. He said he was gonna mention something. He was like, I didn't feel like dealing with the back and forth, is what he said to me. That's what he said. He goes, I wasn't like lost, because that's what when I heard him come up to you 1-1 and say, do you have all your guys accounted for? That was when I was alone, and my 3 guys I was the only one that did KIA in that whole situation of my team, and so the 3 of them were making their way to us, And so I was like, is this what he's talking about? Like, yeah, I'm well aware that my 3 guys are moving to us and, you know, and everything. And so that's what I originally had thought he was talking about. And then I didn't realize until McAnlin had said, oh, I think it was me with the masked Kaz. I was carried down the hill.
Okay, right. Oh well. Yeah, no. I mean, I would have advised him, you know, to believe them right back because they're saying it as a matter of fact, and you know, platoon and company look at it and they only hear it. They don't actually see it or know the context. So.
Hey, over here.
But well.
Military operations are in
Otherwise.
progress. We urge
That's
all
understandable. He
civilians to
didn't
remain
want to fight it
inside
out,
the safe
but
area.
I would have preferred that he did.
That's right.
I don't like when people get the wrong information or they say things and they don't understand the context to it. It
Mm-hmm.
really gets frustrating when you're addressing issues. Anyway, thank you for mentioning that.
No problem.
At the same time, you know, it's like, yes, there is always a point to be said for if your buddy is missing, you're like, where's my buddy? Hold on, team leader, I don't know where he is. And, you know, to be very annoying about it. It's like, sure, you know, you lost a guy, but it's like, that's the priority. You'd rather find him and delay the squad another minute or so rather than leave him out there and then getting called out for it. But,
Alpha had a lot of detachments, but nobody KIA'd.
I will say I don't much care for knowing whether someone detached. If I'm honest,
Okay. Well,
It's
I
kind of
wouldn't
like-
tell you then. I thought that was
I just thought
SOP
that
was
was
to call it up on the radio.
Portable device detected.
yeah. I mean, it's good to know that you're down one guy. I'm just not sure whether it, because I can see it on the right. I'm just thinking about making comms more efficient. It's like if there's nothing going on, I suppose yeah, send it. But otherwise, I don't really require it too much. I guess. I just found there was well, Ren had a bit of a. He was really pushy about calling it up. I suppose that's, you know, to do with his new billet or whatever. But
Yeah.
I was sort of thinking, I don't know, Ren. There's a mass Kaz here. We're. I think we got more important things to worry about. Like, it is very rare that I would even call it up on platoon and be like, yeah, we got to detach. I just find it's never really necessary, but
Okay.
oh well, I appreciate it nonetheless. I guess I can turn those off if if they're going to be called up, but yeah, pretty much just to say that it's not necessary if you've got more important things to deal with.
Copy that.
But I think it
But
probably
I
only
appreciate
matters.
it anyway.
It probably only matters if you can't get that guy back, right? That's probably when I bring it up to you and say, hey, my detach can't get back in. I need assistance.
It's very important for the assembly area when we're like, you know, there might be some guy coming in, all the billets might be filled, and it's, you know, like, hey, 17, I've got a spot open because this guy detached.
I would figure that tactically you would want to know that if we're in the middle of maneuvers and Alpha loses 2 of its 4 fire team members, that you would want to know that Alpha's running half strength.
Yeah. I think on the immersion side, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's better to call that as some sort of attrition, where it's like not necessarily calling them a detach, because you say detach, and I suppose so many people know what it means, it can kind of break their immersion. Like, there's no right or wrong about it. I'm just thinking about what's my preference.
I got you. How would I be able to say that?
I guess you just say Alpha's down to 2. It's like that gets the information
Just leave
across.
it
Or
at
if it's
that,
an
yeah,
objective, if it's an objective I've ordered you to take, and you're like, I've only got 2 guys, I'm not going to take that. Then you know, yeah, you're just like, hey, I've only got 2 guys. Bravo, you take it. You know.
Right.
I have to come up with a name there. They're dehydrated. I got 2 guys. They've been dehydrated.
Yeah.
I can't.
Suffering from heat
That's what I used to say.
Probably makes you spitting out of old plastic
They didn't
bottles.
know what the hell I was
Might
talking
be
about. Like,
handy.
what do you mean dehydrated? Drink water. But no, I would understand what you meant by that.
I mean, I'm not getting all crazy. Be like, ah, they're having a diabetic attack. I need some sugar, orange juice.
Yeah, that'd be a very nice way. There was a fellow we had in the unit. His name was Lion, with a Y, and he really got stuck into it with those sorts of things. He'd have a quip for every immersion, every immersive comment ever made. He was very good at it, but and always encouraged people too. He was quite something. One of those really enthusiastic people that you find somewhat annoying after a while, but he could definitely get people motivated to be more immersive.
It's good. It's a good thing. I mean, it spreads. It's contagious.
But,
All
yeah.
behaviors are contagious, so.
So yeah, I suppose it's the only information that's pertinent in it is like, yeah, we're down to 2 people and cannot do massive maneuvers as a 4-man element.
Could say, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's good enough for me.
So yeah, Bravo's been slowed down. I'm down to 2 packs at the moment.
Right. Or just operating at half strength or something like that.
Well, the other
There's
part-
another comment. There's another piece of information that is generally unnecessary, and that's when the 2IC tells you you're stepping down again.
Could use
Right.
some more crafting
I don't think
materials.
did Ren do that
I
tonight?
really should
Did
make
he step
myself a
down?
nice comfy chair.
I don't think so. I think Jordan did that though. It's like one of the most unnecessary pieces of information I've
Right,
ever
because
needed.
when you hear the Alpha or Bravo stepping back up, and you know.
Yeah, like repetitive information and that sort of thing. It's like no wonder our comms are slowing down a bit. We're putting too much useless stuff over it. But yeah, I've always got preferences like that sort of thing. Somebody will mention it and they're like, "Make sure you tell them you're stepping down." And it's like, why?
Yeah,
It's like
Alpha
it's not,
stepping back up or Bravo stepping back up. It's an automatic that the 2IC has stepped down.
A special kind of smart, I suppose, to remember to call that sort of thing up. But,
OCD
yeah,
kind
there's a
of
lot
smart.
those.
Yeah.
There's one of those things that could make things a lot more efficient. And well, I think
User
Kari's
joined your
actually
channel.
got a similar view. He's kind of like, there's no point. Well, he doesn't think we should do the "Hey you, this is me."
Yeah,
but
he
Bravo's unit
absolutely hates that. It's funny. It's funny.
So it's like on the squad net, there's a little bit of it. It's like things get urgent, and then you just sort of drop the formality, and you know that's fine from time to time. But those higher nets aren't. They don't accept it on theirs. So
My issue is why are we saying the radio net still if we're not verifying the radio net anymore?
oh, I don't know.
What do you mean we're not verifying?
I still
the
verify it.
radio?
I don't know what you're talking on if you don't tell me which one. You could be talking on your team net sometimes. I do turn them on and listen to them sometimes at a very low volume in a separate ear way in the
Wish I had a
background.
complete set of socket wrenches. Can
But
never
yeah,
find
like
the
you're talking to me
5/16
on
when you
3.2,
need it.
you're talking to me on 110. I wouldn't know if Stalker didn't say so.
Fair. Yeah, actually, that's kind of true.
In that case, for the higher nets, I always make a habit of saying what one I'm talking on, or if I don't get a response, I'll add that in there because I think they don't know what one I'm talking about. So
Speaking of net, sorry
I
I
do
was
it.
sorry I was sounding so frantic tonight. When I stepped up, I had 4 team leaders yelling, screaming in my ear that they had casualties, and I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah,
this is my problem now.
that Draco fella, I tell you what, he's got what's the thing called? He's got 2 brain cells and they're competing for 3rd place. I mean,
You may not be the dumbest man in the world, but you better hope that man doesn't die.
I went over to him like, "Where's 1-4? Are they on the north side? Are they on the south side?" He didn't know where you guys were. So lost in the source. It's like that guy is not very situationally aware. So Yeah, I'm sure that you were busy trying to bandage and do all that, and you're like, I don't have time to mention anything. But yeah, I didn't have time to look at my map either, so I was hoping somebody was going to tell me where you guys were. But oh well, that's just unfortunate. But
My bigger surprise is I said, "Hey, you need to step up," before I ran off to go find where the casualties were, and that never happened. So I had casualties in every team, and I had a missing team.
oh well, that's just yeah. At that point, just take everybody with you and say we're going to chase our casualties and fix them up. Doesn't matter what we're doing at the moment. You know, breakdown move. So yeah, that Henderson should have picked that up and done that. He is the training chief. He should know better.
Should really find time to clean and oil these tools. Don't want them to get rusty.
Cop. I mean, I did tell them to stay there, so that's kind of on me. Because in my mind, I'd rather rather than having to worry about them being lost in translation as I'm like zigzagging looking for people, I just having them stay exactly where I know they'll be. You know what I mean?
I do think though, if
That's a
you told me
control
you were
issue.
inside the compound, the building furthest north, I would have been there a lot quicker. But yeah, I didn't realize that they were unconscious. I thought they were still like up and they just needed a medic. So I was like, well, come over to me. I think Huffman had called that, and I told him, yeah, just move to my position, and more casualties. Casualties beget casualties. And yeah, so I didn't realize how urgent it was. Then you said they've been down for 5 minutes. I'm like, uh-oh. So
Yeah, sorry. I guess I should have emphasized on the I need mic time now. I should have emphasized the time now when I said that.
yeah, it's not even that. It's not even that it was the emphasis that was needed. It was more so the knowing where you were, knowing that they were unconscious, and that was the biggest thing. Because I went to the north side of the compound, last known position, and if I'd taken the time to look at my map, I don't know, that would have delayed us a little bit longer. But by the time we got there, they were dead anyway. So
Yeah. Well, the reason why I was being very short is I had tried to raise you like 3 times before that, and while that's
Inventory.
all going on, I'm trying to get like
Apparel.
spot reps on everyone, and also find these 2 casualties. So there was like a lot
Inventory.
going on my side.
I've told Rouse this before. Sometimes you've got to raise the pitch of your voice so that it cuts through. Whereas if it's because his voice is actually surprisingly soft in a way, in the sense that the radio doesn't quite cut through on the radio. So you or the etiquette for a radio is that if someone's not responding to you, basically you raise the pitch, you slow the verbiage, and it cuts through a little bit better. So I'll do that when we're in jammers and that sort of thing, where I can very faintly hear someone's voice. So I'm listening very intently as to what they're saying, and I can hear it relatively good, and then I'll really slow it down to like a crawl in sending it. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
copy.
wonder, Wood, if you recognised that when we were using the jammers in that training the other day. I was talking really, really slowly, cutting through the static.
Yeah, it's funny because I
But
was
yeah.
able to hear you at one point in time. Now that you say that,
So yeah, that's the trick. Higher pitch, slower verbiage.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Wood
for that one,
told
I
me
mean,
this.
I had so many comms going on the squad net, and then 3-2 and 110. So it's like all 3 at the same time.
Yeah, there was a point I ran up to you and I said, "Hey, you guys are pushing a machine gun bunker." And then after the 3rd time I said it, we got ordered to move, and it started firing. And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now." And I just ran away.
Yeah, I'm afraid at that point in time, all 3 were blowing up. So yeah, you were talking to a brick wall at that point, because I couldn't hear you. I knew you were back there, but I was like, there's too many comms going on. So Mike was like, yeah, it's all going to hell. Otherwise, yeah, I would have responded to you.
But yeah, Wood also told me that one time is when I was squad leading on a fun op is I'm like too calm and collected even when everything's on fire. I'm just like saying things calmly.
it's not a bad
Oh
thing.
yeah,
though.
I mean the
That's what you want.
men respect it. Officers don't duck.
Yeah,
It's
until the
funny 'cause
mo-
it's a British phrase.
until you actually do that, and then a T-72 blows your head off.
It's the fun of it, though.
True, it was pretty funny when that happened.
I'm pretty sure I hit a mortar drop directly on top of me tonight, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I passed that up. We were in the middle of treating a casualty when the very first mortar shell directly hit my position, and then caused another two. I sent that up S3.
Inventory.
I wear that and prove with a badge of honor, standing in the open, taking fire. Well, people look at it and they're like, "Damn, I gotta shoot that guy, otherwise he's gonna shoot my boss or something."
True.
Increases the accuracy. But anyway, I'm trying to find this PM. Do you remember what the title of it was? Or better
Yeah.
yet, would just ask me the questions.
It was the M83 was the SCO scope. Have you seen that one? Is that it's not in the SOP, but I've seen a lot of people using it.
S83.
Sergeant, can I address that?
Well, I don't know what one it is, so I'm booting up the game. So, if you
So-
know,
I brought up that specific scope at the enlisted meeting, and what Rainey said is that it should be approved, especially at the very least for team leaders, and that until the actual documentation, because I brought up specifically that we needed documentation about what scopes are approved. He said that you can use it until it's actually posted. The M83 STO or RMR or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's what I rock. It kind of sucks for engaging far targets though. Just to warn. I use it more so as like a binoc because I don't shoot very much.
Yeah, that's what I use it for too. But I just have seen it. I don't think it's not just team leaders that are probably using it, because I think once somebody starts it, it's just a snowball effect.
Yeah, so like what I said is like, hey, this specific scope, can we make sure it's approved? So what I said is there's no documentation about any approved scopes. And he said, yeah, we'll fix that. And I said, in addition to that, can this specific scope be approved at least for team leaders? And he's like, yeah, no issue. You can use it until the list is posted. So it's not clarified whether it's for team leaders, but what I'm saying is at the very least it will be approved for team leaders from the way he was sounding.
Right, makes sense. Then what about coyote placards? I've seen a decent amount of that too.
Pretty sure that's a huge no-go. Also, Dio, when are you getting back on the public server? Everyone's actually using it again now. Or are you done with it for life?
No, I'll get back eventually. I heard it's up. I just wanted to make sure it was up and good. I'm a little bit addicted to an old game right now, so.
What's the game? Oh, is it
Division.
Fallout? Are you?
Division 2.
Yeah, that.
so I'm looking at this S38. Are you sure you want that? It's a little bit zoomed in.
So it has an adjustable
If you
sight.
like it.
Yeah, it's adjustable. You can use the red dot on the top.
Is it the one I was using tonight?
No, that's the SC. Was it 230 SU or something?
That's a decent scope. It's as good as the Spectre is. It's not much different.
Right, the zoom.
It's still a
on the-
1x4, right?
Yeah, the optic view is different.
Yeah, as far
Do
as
you
the
use
red dot.
canted sights?
No, I use the red dot on the top, but I've only used that scope once. I just tried it out, but uh, I've noticed a handful of people, using that, and so that was just kind of my question, and same thing with like I said, the coyote placards too. I've noticed a few coyote placards, and so those are kind of those are two of my questions I had for that.
Well, it's a medium site. All medium sites are approved. All medium and point sites. So the red dot is a point site, so that's fine. The scope itself is a medium range. If it was a long range scope, I'd say no, but yeah, that's fine. I think that's probably the scope that people are reporting is like some sort of DMR scope, but it's like, oh, it's actually not. But yeah, I asked whether you use canted sights as a matter of, if you have iron sights on the gun, which you have to have anyway, then maybe you want to reduce the weight by only using the M38 proper without the RMR on it if it caused a weight problem. But yeah, otherwise it's fine. It looks fine.
Okay.
I just wish there was a tan version. So my preference would be that everyone has, well, it's a tan rifle, so it matches and all that. But I say that as the pistol doesn't have a tan sight either, so. But I just wonder whether you like the XM scope still, because that'll give you a range, and you can zoom in and out with it, whereas it doesn't seem like you can do that with this one.
So
Oh, no, you can.
Rainey also explained that too. So he said it's the same distance, but because it's closer to your eye, it seems like it's actually going further. That's the way he explained it. But so like I guarantee you, I've tested it. It does actually zoom in more, but or seem to zoom in more at least.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Were there any other questions, or was that it?
The coyote placards.
No, nothing else. That was it. Can I use the scope?
Yeah. Can I use the scope? Have you heard the other one? Am I on mute here?
I didn't hear the other one. Was it?
No, the coyote placards.
I think he heard you again.
Placards.
That seemed really funny from my point of view. You were just pushing that, and he was totally ignoring you.
I know, huh?
Oh, good stuff.
Is that the 506 ones?
Yeah, the 506 placards for the, so you obviously wear on your vest.
I think it's considered to be 3. So if the policy is 25%, if you just use those coyote placards and everything else was multicam, you might be able to get away with it.
Well, I mean, SOP doesn't call it out, right? Because that was something I've noticed quite a few people have it, and so then I went and looked because I was like, oh, that's interesting, and and so it's not called out. It doesn't specifically say you have to wear multicam. I believe. I think it just says 506 placards, and then for the mini MG, you have to wear the little pocket ones, or the AR, sorry.
Well, yeah, it's 25%, so that includes it. It's only one item as far as I'm concerned. The majority should be multicam, so as long as the majority is multicam, I don't have a problem with it. I'll think that it looks a little bit weird. I'll probably make fun of you for it, but
I'm not gonna wear it. I was just curious.
But yeah, there's no problem with that as long as it's 25%. What it counts as, whether it's 1 or 3, I'm just going to use common sense, and it's one item, so they're considering it as one. Just happens to be 3 pouches in one, but basically they say 25% of your pouches, so it's considered one pouch. I'm going to say, until someone tells me different anyway.
Well, then
It's
you
like
can
your
definitely
bag.
get away with it if it's one. If it was three, it'd be much harder to get away with it.
Like how many pouches are in your bag, you know. But it only counts as one item, so. Well, I don't know how you tally all of that. It's like
Is it tallied with the
25%,
belt
like,
and the vest together?
can't we just say 2 items or 2 pouches can be coyote or whatever? 25%. Now I gotta count everything and
Yeah.
Well, I've got like 6 pouches on my belt, you know, and then what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my 5 plus the placard. So either 5 or 8 on the chest piece, or 6 or 8, or 6 or 8, whether you consider it 1 or 3.
Could probably make some string out of old plastic bottles.
yeah,
Might
so
come in handy.
So they would have to all be multicam except for the placards if I was gonna wear the placards.
Mm.
If it's 3.
personally I wear everything multicam.
I do too. I just go across the board multicam.
I don't ever want to put myself in a position where it's just my holster hanging out, it's coyote and someone shoots it.
I always do my radio coyote.
But, you know, my knife is black and my IFAK is red, so... Does that count?
Why even is the rule in place that things have to be a certain percent coyote?
Yeah, why just all multicam? I don't know why you should have any coyote at all.
They call it complication.
Style.
I don't know why it has to be complicated. It's like we can make things simpler. It only needs to be, you know, this, that, or the other thing. I guess it's to put people off to be like, well, I can't count all of that. No, I can't count that high. It does make it difficult when you're the leader and you have to be like,
Looking
okay,
out
well,
for
if you
everybody.
can't count, then I gotta count for you. And I can't be bothered doing that, so just go multicam.
The multicam looks weird to begin with. Why can't we just all like run coyote? It looks so much better.
I don't mind the multi. The helmet. The helmet just is like a shade or two.
I
or
can't
3
stand the
different
helmet. I
than
fucking
the
hate it.
Could
actual
use some more
rest of the
crafting materials.
uniform.
I really
That's
should
my
make
issue.
myself a
It's a
nice
totally
comfy chair.
dark freaking brown tan that's on there that's not in any other piece of gear.
My thing is like the shirts. The multicam on the shirt looks like it's like that like soft plush like blanket fabric. Do you know what I'm
Talking
talking
about the jackets or the shirts?
I think on both of them, but I'm talking about the shirt.
The whatever it's called, the G.
Yeah, the one that we've been rocking for like the last like 6 months or whatever. Yeah.
We probably had China making our uniforms.
Problem. Actually, I think that's. I remember seeing somewhere that they were able to copy our multicam because they literally made our uniforms.
Yeah,
think
it
I
would
remember
not
seeing-
surprise me in the slightest bit.
Who would have thought that outsourcing your defense industry
Yeah,
would
I
be
mean,
a bad idea?
Yeah. I don't think I would want my enemies to make my camouflage.
Hey, we'll beat them, but we can't make anything without them. It totally will. I had a Wall Street guy tell me once that it would be deeply problematic to like onshore all these jobs, and I was like, do you know how the British Empire? It's because they couldn't make anything anymore for themselves. It's literally what happened. They outsourced their economy to the U.S. and the world.
When you do that, you become a slave to that entity that's taking care of you.
Ugh, it feels so good to sit down. My back was killing me.
Russell, I'm talking an awful lot of politics in front of you lately. I don't know what's going on.
I don't.
Was that a
have-
political conversation? I thought we were just talking about things that were stupid.
I always ask the question, would some dumbass get triggered about what I just said? And then since the answer is always yes, then it's always political.
I think more people need to be triggered on a regular basis.
You guys look at that TAC ops thing I said, because this map is actually pretty fucking detailed.
I was looking at it.
I'll put it this way: I'm not so adverse when we are off duty, but if there was a new fella in here, a private or whatever, then I'd redirect the conversation.
We do have a
Not
private.
including Swenson, because, well, he's an adult and he knows what he's doing, so. But yeah, generally, you can talk about whatever. But, yeah, just not around people you don't know or aren't familiar with. Discretion. The better part of valor is discretion.
Oh, so you actually passed out last night,
That's why I'm
and just
making
when you
11.
disappeared, you weren't just
Can't be that hard.
ignoring the politics.
I was ignoring the politics. Yep.
Huh? You were, or you? I didn't hear what you
I
said.
was ignoring everything.
Oh.
Because
Actually, I
he
couldn't
was
hear it
sleeping.
because I was watching a movie and I thought, I don't know what they're talking about, but who cares? So, no, there was nothing on my mind whatsoever. Should I have stopped it? I mean, that's a matter of, I don't know. I don't think people should be, how do you say, punished for things they say, I suppose.
Free speech advocate.
Unfortunately, it's rather to my detriment, but
I'm with you though. We should
Just
all
like
be
you're not
adults, and you
annoying
should
or
be able to take a
antagonizing the-
conversation.
just don't antagonize the
Right.
the young
Understood.
young ones. But like you know, gender stuff and whatever, it's like, I think everybody can toughen up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play into your fantasies. I don't care if you identify as a furry animal. You're that's not gonna fly. And there's no Zimmer, Zer, you're him or her.
Speak for yourself, DOG. I play into everyone here's fantasies whenever they.
See, I just don't. I don't play into your delusions. I don't play into your mental shortcomings. I'm much more of a reality-based individual.
Dio, I think it's going over your head what I'm saying. I like to play into your fantasy.
You like to play into my
Probably
fantasy.
make some string out of old plastic bottles. Might come in
My
handy.
fantasy's reality, so I don't know what you're getting at.
I'm being homoerotic.
See, I'm so far from that, it doesn't even register to me.
Much finer person.
It just doesn't register. It's it's just not my bag, baby.
I see the PM now that it's at the top of my list. And make sure I'm not with expectations. How many people are there authorized to give? 2. Yep, the answer to that is 2. You can give 2 promotion points every month. They don't roll over. So, yeah, you got to spend them, use them or lose them.
Spend them wisely.
Smoke them while you got
You
them.
can give them to fill-ins, or you can give them to people who perform who have exemplary performance, excellent attendance, or anything else really just not for anything valorous that they did in game, like waving their sword at an elephant or something.
It depends on which sword, right?
Hey, how big is that sword there, buddy?
For training material, yep. Any additional guidelines and resources? I mean,
You
we'll
could have-
cover that in our training. But in the library, you will see a document from a while ago, which is expectations of fire team leaders. The other thing I would be aware of is look at the fire team leader table, and if you find a candidate that is significantly exceptional,
Could use some more crafting
write
materials.
a recommendation
Maybe
for them
something
in the
nice for
team
the
leader
chair.
pool, and so that later on they can get those opportunities to be fire team leaders. And if there's a squad leader looking for a team leader and they're just, damn, I don't really have anybody, they can look at the leader pool and maybe reach out to those people and ask them to apply. Or they can come and talk to you and be like, how is this guy? I see you wrote a recommendation for them. Basically development of your subordinates is very important. But SLC 1 and 2 are my most important go-tos. It took me a while to work out the room clearing things, but once it was explained to me, it kind of clicked. When you see like those L shapes and the online shape, it really enhances your understanding of what to actually be ordering people to do as a fire team leader. And so, our goal is mainly to get people to practice those things and use them. But, when you're in the heat of battle and you're about to breach, that warehouse type building where it's got like the rows of shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're on Everon, go to the harbour in Morton, and that one's a perfect example of how you'd order your fire team to breach, but they would need to be online with each other. And so we used that one to kind of practice that online clearance. Basically, if it's a center fed room, you're supposed to breach it, and then your team is supposed to be online so that you push together, basically. And so when everybody's set in their positions, you push the corners and you fill those center gaps.
Should really find time
Then
to
everybody
reload
calls
those
set,
tools.
and then you
Don't want any to
push
get rusty.
forward together to clear that building. It's very efficient. And if it's a corner fed room, you do an L shape so that you can basically push the corner on one side but dominate the room from the other side on that wall. But most people think that, I'm breaching a room, I've got to keep moving, So you're the team leader, you basically control the movements as they go, and so that's a very important thing when you actually get the hang of it. And like the rolling T and the serpentine thing, usually you're going to use rolling T all the time anyway. Serpentine's rather irrelevant. But doing that and then forming other tactics with it. You ever play door kickers?
Yep.
So I actually implement that sort of thing really consistently, the rolling T and all of that. When I set up a rolling T and I tell you to go long, what you can do is you can actually change it to where you have the T, and then on the sides you've got 2 stacks either side. So you've got your fire team of 3 up front, they're in the T, then you've got 4 extra guys. You put them in 2 separate stacks either side of the wall behind the T, and they're your room clearers. So you just keep pushing past the doors and they clear everything behind you. Come back up, they call set, you move forward again. So, material, always fall back on CQB every time. Find everything you can on it. Playing Ready or Not with White and all them is also a good resource because you can learn a few more things and become more situationally aware with it. But also, when we play Ready or Not, we really slow it down. And we do it so methodically, it's quite a thing to behold, really. And so when you can get your fire team up to that point where they are so switched on with everything, they're literally holding corners and waiting for you to come up to them and say set before they move on to the next thing, but they're already like primed, ready to go for the next step. So you're going step by step. It's very methodical. You know, not just the hodgepodge of piling into this room and then hoping for the best. As I've seen that way too many times. But yeah, become very technical with it, and that's where you want to grow toward. You know, you go from everybody basically being lost in the source to you're so switched on and aware of what needs to happen next that you could take the newest guy and orient them to such an extent that they become an expert overnight, basically. That's the long answer. But you could get lost in tactics and technique until the cows come home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, but it's part of the, you know, you gotta know your tactics and understand it to be able to teach it too. So teach it well, I guess.
Yeah, you remember the Tuesday that we did where we did the raid on the base there? Charlie was like I had to literally, it was like trying to what would you say? Trying to herd cats, basically. I had to be so assertive to keep them in the T and be like, no, we got to stay here. We got to cover this sector. And as soon as I let my hand go of it, it was like they broke as if by word of command, and they're like jumping back into the rooms, and the hallway is dead open with no security down the far side. So I was like, no, here, you cover this, I'm watching that. You watch my right, I'll take your left. Who's in the middle? So it was quite something.
Because Dio, you and I believe that was the Alpha Bravo night, and you and I were clearing the rooms behind them. But I remember there was times where we'd go to open a door, and like one of the guys from Charlie would like try to like pie it with us, and everything, and then I'd hear Russell yelling at him, and then we would then finish, keep going, But I do remember a few times where we would say like, all right, we're clear to you two coming out, move forward, and we would just sit there, and then they would move forward. Yeah, I actually remember all that. Do you remember that? Where like we were?
I do.
It was like the three little barracks, I guess, buildings.
Yeah, they were the barracks on the south side of the military compound.
I guess
Southwest side.
Those buildings, I guess Sergeant Russell, a little side note, those buildings are like perfect to teach a rolling T, in, because of the size of that hallway, where some of the other buildings that like I feel like, it maybe, I don't know, like the trainings like people use like a really narrow hallway where the rolling T.
Those ones are kind of narrow too, and they have some obstructions in different spots as you're going down.
You can use it as a good base, a good basis for it. So it's like, if we think about it, if we can visualize a rolling T, or there's some people you got to talk to them for them to think about it really, but you take that rolling T and it's like, okay, well, one thing we need to know is we need to cover left, we need to cover right, and we need to cover center all the time. So I'm thinking about that building that's a little bit, I don't remember which direction it was, I think north of those barracks, and it's got that stairway in the middle. That stairway there's a neat trick that you can sort of do with it. You put one man on the first landing, facing toward the door, and he
talking
covers
about the main building.
Yeah, the main one in that
Okay.
compound.
The first building you come into when you come in from the road.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've got that stairway in the way, and so you put one man on the landing. He faces the door and covers that, and everybody else should move around behind him because he's watching. He's watching high, effectively.
Oh, high.
But there's things like, yeah,
because that guy's
like
going to
that
have
you
to
can
cover the rear door and the high platform.
Yeah, so the guys on the stairs, as they're moving up, they're actually covering to the right, the corner that the fella can't see.
Right, okay.
And so basically, you've divided your sectors a bit more. It's not the best position, but it's a way to be more methodical with it. But usually, you tell them to go up the stairs, and everybody sort of piles through. So that's kind of by the by on the T, but the T can teach people to be more methodical anyway with those sorts of things. So it like increases your awareness, I suppose,
Really wish
of
I had a
sectors
complete
and
set of
stuff.
socket wrenches.
Your discipline.
So
Five,
basically,
five,
with that
50
one,
when you need it.
what you have to do is when you go through the back door, you have to like put your back toward the stairs and rely on the guy behind you to cover them as you move around, and then you get up to that first door, you go long, form your T there as someone clears behind you. But of course, yeah, that's kind of tricky because you've got your guy on the right trying to cover the left, but he's exposed to the to the stairs, so that doesn't work either. And so at that point, you just have to go single file.
That's a very difficult building to clear with any like set way of saying this is how you clear this building. Because that building's just difficult because there's so many different angles, so many different possibilities, and it's odd because if you come in through the front door, your center, you have doors left, right, and a staircase to cover. That one's difficult.
So it really depends where you're breaching from, but it's like, yeah, those formations are specifically for hallways.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like, and I find sometimes we get lost in those things, but sometimes you'll run across a building or even an opening in standard battle, and you'll think this is a perfect position for a rolling T because I need cover left, right, and the center. So it's not even restricted to CQB. It can be used in all climbs, indeed fobs, mazes, those sorts of things. Large office buildings. There's a large building. Actually, there's two large buildings in the Fallujah map: the hospital and the other one, the college. So you get into those positions, and you've always got something ready to go, which is why I like to train on those things. When it's breaching a room, it's more of the flow and building up that teamwork and camaraderie. With Wrangle, what I did was we actually did some kill house training, just me and him, to kind of work out what we were going to do. And so we were hashing out some ideas as to how you would realistically order your fire team to do a room clearance in a methodical sort of fashion. So it's like, that's why I always like doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 set, because, well, even if the last man just called 4 set, because you need to know how many people you've actually got at your disposal, especially if you're up front. So, you're pieing out the door and you're like, I got furniture to my left, furniture to my right, there's a bed blocking the way, and you can start designating, like 2 float left, 2 float left, 1's going to go right, 3 flash, and you come up with easier ways to like coordinate that. So you've got 4 people and you start designating numbers. It doesn't matter what their names are. So that's one thing that we were sort of practicing as well. So when you do get into those situations where it's like, okay, this is a little bit tricky, 3, 4 cover the stairs, 1, 2 clear the room on the left.
Right.
And you start to go into a bit more of a flow after that point. And then eventually you get to the point where you can do all of that without even
Try
talking.
making leather. It can't be that hard.
So, yeah, expectations of team training. Pretty much just get your team oriented and make sure they show up. because
We're
Yeah,
gonna
there's,
have a whole new damn team to train.
yeah, you will. Well, hopefully, if there's more people that can come in. Alpha's getting the first two, so
Hmm.
Walsh will probably be on his own, and Charlie and Swenson there.
Wait, Dio, you're becoming a team leader?
No.
Oh,
I don't
Oh.
know. I didn't see Courier today. You know, he could be.
I don't know what's happening to Courier. This is twice that he hasn't shown up for something.
oh, were you talking about
My
Wood?
intent is to keep the 3 teams open as long as I possibly can to get whoever else is coming into the platoon after the other squads fill up to 10. One for it, definitely getting the last people though, because they need to be completely full, and the rifle squads need to be full before they get their overflow.
Right. Well, I mean,
So, yeah.
Alpha's lost Lawson and Ren, so it's down to just Courier and I.
Right, then
I
Charlie
got caught us by
lost Ren.
surprise with Ren doing that. No sooner he applied, and then they were already interviewing him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many people are left in 1-1 then? You got Russell, you got McFalls, you got Wood and DOG, right?
Got
And then you got Courier.
8 below them, so 10.
Oh, you guys have 10 still?
Yeah,
There's 2
Bravo's
Charlie,
on.
2 Alpha, 4 Bravo.
Could probably
Mike
make some string
and,
out of
1-1.
old plastic bottles. Might come in handy.
I would consolidate, but what's the point? You know, probably going to get more people anyway. Or maybe it'll just stay like this. We don't get any new people. Just as a curse.
Well, I was just curious because to my knowledge, it's just Courier, DOG, then Wood and Hero, and then Walsh and Swanson, right? Or am I crazy?
You got Ronan, you didn't
Bishop and
count
Roman.
for...
Yeah, you got Bishop and Roman now.
Oh, I didn't know about those two.
Bravo's full. Bravo's full.
Fortunately, that big class all went to Task Force Charlie. I'm sure they were lamenting the fact that they didn't have numbers, and they were like, who can make Saturday? Everybody said we can, and then they were like, okay, sending you here.
Yeah. And, they needed to be filled as well.
No, that's not how we do. So they did it a little bit different than I do, but what I do is I'll say, so you have major events and minor events. For the major events, who's interested in Saturday, who's interested in Sunday and Monday, and then I'll go to the Saturday people and I'll say, so you have the choice between Friday and Thursday, and
What did they
then
do in
they'll
the
say,
class, though?
so what they did is who's interested in Sundays or Saturday. And then they said, what would you like to be, like a grenadier, a rifleman, AR, etc., Mike, whatever it may have been. And pretty much everyone picked Saturday.
Yes, I can't fault them for that. But
Yeah.
I wish they would have tried again.
Well, there was
That when the summer hits.
Folk have to sit
I
down.
tell you, I'm the only reason I came to 1-1 was because Wood seriously was a Sunday. Because when I was looking at it, I was thinking, man, Saturday would be so much easier for me. But yeah, Friday would
Well-
not be good. But
I didn't know that I was going to end up on a Saturday, and this is why part of the reason why I do it my way is, one, you want people to actually be able to attend the days that you're saying.
absolutely,
Two-
yeah.
Two, I got asked would Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays work best, and I was like, oh, Thursday. And then I just got put into 3-1.
Thursday and Saturday, Friday or Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Friday and Saturday sucks. I don't want to never have Friday and Saturday night off.
Right. That's why I like the Sunday, Monday. I've grown to like it. Once I got past the church conflict, everything was okay. It's just tight on Sunday. That's all.
I think I caused a little bit of a hubbub doing it my way, and that's why they changed it though. Because someone reported in saying they wanted 3-1, and then LT was like, "Nope, you're going to 3-3," and he's like, "But I do not want my Fridays gone for the rest of the fucking eternity." And so I messaged him and was like, "Hey, make sure you know." So I don't know if I'm gonna get in shit for that or the policy's gonna get changed about what we're telling people at OSET, but I think it's disingenuous to tell people not to say, hey, like, or
Yeah,
I think
it's what works for
disingenuous.
you, not this is where you're going. That's
Yeah.
okay. Then see you later. I won't play at all.
Yeah.
You want people to play on the days they want to play. That's what you want.
That's how I looked at it. I figured most Saturdays I'll be God knows where with the kids doing what, who knows what, and the chances of me coming home at a reasonable hour.
You're right.
The only thing I guess, messed up was the Sunday, Monday, because there's some weekends where my wife is, you know, oh, you got armor tonight and tomorrow, and she's ready to kill me.
Yeah. Should be so lucky.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
To have a wife who's willing to kill you.
Yep.
That is a blessing. You realize it or not. She cares enough to fight.
Agreed.
And she won't kill me in my sleep. She'll do it.
Yeah, thank God for that, right?
She wants me to see and know.
I had a friend, two friends, they were married, but we were all kind of being spirited one night, and they were having a bit of an argument, and she looked over at me and goes, "Do you believe he has the nerve to sleep beside me at night?" I was like, oh my God, I would hate to be you, brother. Be scared to sleep right next to her after a comment like that. He's brave enough to sleep beside me. Can you believe that? Like, oh shit.
I'd be in a fucking treehouse somewhere.
Right? Alright, good night, honey. Where are you going? I'm not telling you.
Alright, I think we're gonna jump off here.
Alright, brother.
Almost what time is it? Yeah, 1:15.
See you, Wood.
You guys have a good night.
Yep.
Sergeant Russell, I'll let you know
I should
my
try
schedule
making
for
leather.
tomorrow as soon as I
Can't be
figure
that
it all
hard.
out, but they'll let me slow you guys down.
About as well. Good night, fellas.
Will not be tolerated. Violators with permanent expulsion from the secure area.
Anything I can do for you?
Inventory.
Phase match. Item of interest detected. Civilians in distress. Facility detected. Combat simulation program active. Friendly combatants nearby.
Got some new contracts, Agent. Wish you a successful hunt.
it. Jumping for it all day. We're losing people.
Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Detected. Supply room access unlocked.
Keep your eyes. I shot the hyena. Come on. Someone cover me. Reload. Confirm kill.
You. That was.
Friendly control point detected. Detected. Control point in proximity. Priority item detected. Base match. Item of interest detected. Hostile broadcast picked up. Hostile control point identified.
endured suffering. But only the outcasts understand what it means to feel deserted.
Hostage health is critical. Hostage is dead. All hostages are deceased.
To all the children, mothers, fathers, grandparents, friends, families, all of you that were treated like animals on Roosevelt Island.
Progress halted.
I swear, the outcasts will burn every last one of those responsible. We are deranged. They call us monsters. But I say there's nothing more deranged and monstrous than tearing a child from its family and leaving it to die terrified and alone. They will soon learn what it's like to feel helpless.
Access key detected.
To all the true sons, JTO.
Progress resumed. Override required.
If you feel lonely, joining the Highlanders is not the answer. It may seem like you have no choice, but giving up on morality is a huge price to pay. You're better than that. If you need help, there are countless dangers in this city. People, disease, the threat. Show care and trust. If you share our values, join us.
Electronic device detected. Hostile control point nearby.
Well, I'm not going to say that things are good, because they ain't, but they're a bit better than they were. Doc Candela is holding down the medical end of things, which is good, and Rhodes is up to whatever crazy shit he does with the systems, and meanwhile Lau and her friend are doing their best to clean up this mess. It's a big effort. It's going to take all of us, and a whole lot more besides, but for the first time in a long time, I think we got a shot.
hostiles. Guarding location nearby. Portable electronic device detected. Heavily armored hostile detected. Detected. Nearby location guarded by hostiles. Incoming hostiles detected. Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostiles guarding location nearby. Supply room access unlocked.
I've heard what you've been doing. Let's move out. Nice work.
Detected. Nearby location guarded by hostiles.
Sir, civilians are not permitted beyond this point.
I'm trying to find my wife. She was assigned here.
Then I'm sorry. This is a quarantine zone.
She's a nurse, not a patient.
All personnel are required to remain inside the perimeter until further notice.
You can't keep people locked up in there.
The staff were fully briefed on the situation.
The hell they were. She left for work 3 days ago, expecting to be home that evening.
Look, you can leave your name and I'll try to get word to her.
It's Hayes. Henry Hayes.
Hayes, got it. Now go home, Mr. Hayes. It's not safe to be running around out here.
Hostiles guarding location nearby. Friendly control point nearby. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected. Detected. Friendly control point in proximity.
Inventory. Apparel. Inventory.
System breach started. System breach at 50%. System breach 75% complete. The system has been breached. Hostile control point identified. Immediate medical assistance needed. Reinforcements incoming. Hostiles detected. Priority item detected.
Shoot this motherfucker!
Heavily armed hostile detected. Hostile broadcast detected. Supply room access unlocked. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I'm really happy to see you're still alive. Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Grandparents, friends, families, all of you that I swear, the responsible. To all the true Starlink, ATM, and Division agents listening to this broadcast, we will not stop hunting you down. There will be no forgiveness until every last one of you is in the slave.
Agent requesting backup.
There's a sickness coming. You can't hide from it. High walls and guns won't protect you from it. Nobody will escape when we unleash this poison onto the city. To all the children, mothers, fathers, grandparents, friends, families, all of you that were treated like animals on Roosevelt Island, I swear, the outcasts will burn every last one of those responsible.
Hostiles guarding location nearby. Progress resumed. Override required.
We have to stand together for our children's sake. We owe them that much. We can't let them grow up surrounded by this. It's not...
Howdy.
Consumption of drugs and alcohol on site is forbidden. Violators will be removed from the secure area immediately.
Inventory. Apparel. Seasons. Inventory. Class. Inventory. Season. Apparel. Inventory. Apparel. Inventory. Seasons. Inventory. Seasons.
Weekly medical checkups are compulsory. Please visit the clinic to book a time slot. Failing to comply could lead to the expulsion from the secure area.
Inventory. Apparel, store. Settings.